Hello guys and welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Been a while since the latest stream. I got my new setup, which is like much better than my old setup. So you can expect a lot more live streams to come. Today on the calendar, I would really like to talk first of all a little bit about Bitcoin, obviously. Then we are going to dive straight into Ethereum. For the reason that I believe Ethereum at this very moment is definitely the place to be. And then I want to take a quick look at the overall altcoin market cap and, basically paint out the bigger picture for you guys, because right now it's very important to understand that the big picture is where we want to be at right now. All the small alt caps, the small altcoins, they will definitely come. Their time will come. But gains like Sand, when we made just 200% in a couple minutes, this will be very common in the near future. But for now, we had Bitcoin. Now it's Ethereum's turn, and then I believe we can go over to hopefully all the other shit coins that are out there on the market. So without further ado, there is something that I would like to show you, and it is this specific pattern on Bitcoin. We had the all-time high here, December 2017. Just gonna mark that, a very important date. After this all-time high, we had a period of accumulation, which lasted for about 3 years, 1100 days, way too long, very depressing period. Wasn't good for anybody, don't want to think about that anymore. But what is important to show here is that once Bitcoin broke out, you can see it struggled a bit here for 4 weeks. It struggled to break through the all-time high, but when it did, it made some massive gains all the way up to 100%, more than 100% in a matter of a month, which doesn't seem like much, but you have to understand that this is a very big asset and it's okay to trade this on margin. So you could easily 10x here, nothing would have happened, and you could have taken this whole gain and made, like in theory, 1000%. And why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this specific picture for Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is not the main topic of today's video. In fact, Ethereum is where we want to talk about today. And the reason I would really like to talk about Ethereum is because you can see the exact same pattern. I talked about 4 days on Bitcoin that it took to break, or the 4 weeks that it took to break the all-time high. We can see this exact same copy-paste pattern right now on Ethereum. So we had the all-time high all the way back in January 18th. Took us, there we go, 1100 days. Specifically exactly the same as Bitcoin. It's 50 days more, in fact. And we are now sitting happily at the all-time high. So, once this breaks, once this all-time high on Ethereum breaks, I believe Ethereum is just going to copy-paste what Bitcoin did, and it's going to go straight for 100, 200, maybe even 300% gains. Because you have to understand, Ethereum is still way smaller than Bitcoin is, and the amount of users is actually on par or greater. So all this potential that we have, let's say it's just 100%, that is a trade that we can, in terms of crypto, take safely without too much risk, with some decent leverage, and we can ride this thing all the way up to 3 grand, because that is where I believe the first real resistance is. And I hope I made myself clear. Ethereum is the place to be now. I can see someone in the stream. Hey, hope you're doing well, Albert. Has been a while indeed. I'll message you after the stream. If we want to look at targets for Ethereum, all we have to do is take our Fibonacci retracement, just gonna put it over this whole move here, and we're gonna see where we line up. And this actually worked perfectly for Bitcoin, and I expect it to work perfectly for Ethereum as well. So 2261, that's going to be our first target, obviously. But in all reality, I don't believe that that Ethereum is really going to stop there, because if we look at Bitcoin paired against USD, and we take this whole move and we put over the exact same fib level, you know, on the weekly, it might appear as though nothing happened. But if we go to the daily, you can see that this first fib has actually turned into support. So the Fibonacci level of 1.618 was my original first target, you know, 30 grand. That's where I believe we would basically end up, has turned into support. And I believe a similar scenario for ETH. So if we take ETH and we do the exact same thing, you know, we draw out this whole Fibonacci thing, then hopefully, and I say hopefully because absolutely nothing is sure in life when it comes to trading, we can see that if we take our bars pattern and we just copy and paste this looks nice. It should hopefully look something like this. So, you know, Ethereum does its thing here until it breaks out, and when it breaks out, it will break out violently. After which, hopefully, it will pass straight through the first fib all the way up to 3 grand. I don't expect it to go all the way up to the 2618 in the first run. Hopefully, the second, third run will do so, but in the first run, I expect to top out somewhere around 3 grand. And then, you know, basically bump down back to the 1618, which would bring us down to 2200. And this is the move that we want to catch. This is the move where we want to have a lot of capital invested in Ethereum. And obviously, this is also the move where, you know, we prepare ourselves for what comes next, because I can paint an even prettier picture for you. We all know now that there is an all-time high, and then, you know, the thing grinds against the all-time high and it blasts through. This is a pattern that repeats in crypto. But if we take the total too, crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, so this is the market capitalization of all the coins excluding Bitcoin, we see the exact same thing happening again. And we can see that this pattern is still in development. The total market cap for altcoins has not reached all-time highs. In fact, it needs about, I don't know, 42% more in order to reach all-time highs. So that is the exact reason why I'm going for Ethereum now. Ethereum already has passed this stage. It's already at the all-time highs, and it's going to break through sooner or later. But all the small alts, you know, the micro caps, as I like to call them, they are not ready yet. And the reason I believe this is because of institutional money that is coming in. You know, first it went to Bitcoin. Everybody made a shit ton of money. You know, all the rich people became richer. They were all very happy. So they were like, okay, what are we going to do with the next profits? And obviously next month, February 8th, we've got the CME futures coming out, which means that a lot of wealthy folks are going to put all their wealth in Ethereum. So I expect Ethereum to break out at the latest the 8th of February. So yeah, give alts like microcaps, shit coins, whatever you'd like to call them, give them some time to develop, to like basically overcome this final stretch that they have to overcome here. And I believe that once ETH is ready, once it's at its all-time high, everybody, you know, driving Bugattis, and we're having a pool party somewhere in Bali with the whole crypto campus. I believe that is the time when it's time for smaller caps. So basically, that's the plan here. That is the large outline of the plan. Some special mentions. Obviously, all of you should have basically seen me posting about Sand on Twitter and everywhere, actually, where I posted anything. And you can now see that this thing had a gigantic monster run of 227% in a single day. And we all made a whole lot of money, and it was great. It was a big party. And I expect a lot more to come, actually, from this. Just want to chart it against Bitcoin for a second here. You can see this beautiful wedge. You know, it had a huge blast off. 216%, and now it's just retracing. And I've seen a lot of people asking me, okay, but you know, Jeffrey, where are we going? Well, I don't know, but if I have to make a guess, an educated guess, I can do the Fibonacci retracement here. I can line out 2 possible buying areas. If you want to buy on low leverage or no leverage, spot, as you'd like to call it, the 618 is a great buying area for sand. It's sitting around 239 Satoshis. So I'd say 240. That's a great level to buy. If you want to use higher leverage, then I suggest that you wait for the possibility for it to come down to the 786. Although I don't think that possibility is very high. There is a lot of good support here, hasn't been breached, and it kind of like matches up with the 786. So anywhere between 200 and 179 is a steal for sand, and that is where you should be aiming. I expect this thing to go a lot higher, by the way, at least into the 1,000 Satoshis. I'm personally expecting, because this is one of the real value blockchains that exist out there. I wouldn't be surprised if we reach 1,500 or 100x even. Now, the last bonus of this video, because I want to keep this short, just so I don't want to clutter everyone's minds with a lot of crap that doesn't really matter. If we take the logarithmic scale, there's a little button right here. You can change it to log scale. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you try Google logarithmic trading scale. It's really useful. Obviously, Litecoin broke out. We took our longs at 63 USD. This is where I posted it originally in the group. This has been a while ago again. It was last year, about 3 months ago. And obviously, we've gained far higher ground since then. The good news is the 236 has been broken. We are above the 236, which has now turned into support. So what I expect for Litecoin is just to, hover around here for a while and then make its way to a new all-time high sitting at around 682. Litecoin will hopefully be part of the altcoin total cap run, like the small caps, just after ETH. I expect when ETH is done, you can see Cardano, Litecoin, Dash, all these, not micro caps, but I call them B chips. I don't know how to call it, but they're not A stocks, they're B stocks. They're a little less good than the best stocks. But they're also not the worst. So that is basically what is going on right now. I can see we've got Trent Rowlands, Phil C. How are you doing, guys? Happy to see you here. Been a while. See Albert. I will message you after the stream, and hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you for over 9,000 years. So yeah, that is my grand scheme of plans. I'm not gonna do any altcoin requests whatsoever because I lose views and it bores pretty much everyone except the one single guy who made the request. But once we are done with our Ethereum run, once we are done with this little gem right here, then I will be all back into alts again, and I will do all the requests you guys want. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had some happy trading over the past, like at least the last 2 months. We've had really great gains, lots of opportunity. But I believe the big opportunity is yet to come. If I take this off the log scale, just to give you some sense of scale here, this is what we have right now, and I am fully and 100% expecting to hit the 2618. And eventually also the 3618 sitting at $5,000 easily. Wouldn't be surprised at all. If you want a link chart, I suggest you ask me on Discord, because I don't know how to match the names of people on YouTube with the people on Discord. So it's kind of hard for me to know who is who. But yeah, I will post a link on Twitter giving 25 invites out to everyone who wants them on the Discord. It's completely free. So if you want to follow me, twitter.com/daytradejeffrey. That's where you have to go. You can see it right here. Let me just share that with you. twitter.com/daytradejeffrey. You're more than welcome to join our Discord and have some fun, hang around, shares a bit of information that we can all get rich on. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you think I deserve it, click the like button and also subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon in the next stream. So have a good night.